and that is when somebody attempts to commit suicide. So when suicide attempt is failed, then it is an offense. And once it is completed or accomplished, it is no longer an offense. In this case...
Thank you. Sher Afzal, Marwat sahab.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I've gone through the draft recommendation received from the Senate of Pakistan. I want to speak about 2 points from the viewpoint of a lawyer. Mr. Speaker, the definition of the tax fraud, which has been furnished in terms of Section 37, which means knowingly, intentionally, or dishonestly doing any act or abets any action to cause loss of tax under this Act, including so. This is not the definition of the tax fraud under the Income Tax Act, and probably both needs to be brought in harmony, number one. Number two, if we peruse Section 37A, which speaks about the powers of the investigation officer who is investigating tax fraud, it is indeed for the first time I see in Pakistan legal statute that enormous powers have been vested in an investigation officer. He is a civil court, number one, in terms of Section 37A. He can summon any document, he can inspect any premises, he can impound and requisition official documents including bank records, and this is not limited to it. He can raid any premises, and the statute doesn't speak about any warrant, search warrant, whether it is to be required or required to be issued by the customs judge or not. Secondly, if we examine his criminal power, so he is the SHO as well. He can exercise all the powers which are vested under the Code of Criminal Procedure in a station house officer. Honorable Speaker, if we invest Assistant Commissioner of the FBR with these gigantic powers, can we expect that hundreds and millions of people who have yet to sign their declaration, would they be prompted or encouraged to themselves bring within the tax fold? Number one. And secondly, what concerns me is that I believe that I believe that tax fraud needs to be arrested, needs to be checked, because in Pakistan, tax fraud is committed not only intermittently, it has always been committed on a very large scale, and ordinarily we find the FBR officers to be accomplices. This statute nowhere provides any indication or a hint or a penalty when in case a tax fraud is committed by a company or individual in collusion with the FBR officers. And lastly, Honorable Speaker, the scope, the connotation, definition and spirit of the term tax fraud has been extended abnormally, because it is not limited to the commission of the tax fraud. Every offense becomes an offense when the offense is committed. Attempt to commit an offense, there is only one exception in Pakistani law, which is provided under Section 325 of the Pakistan Penal Code, and that is when somebody attempts to commit suicide. So when suicide attempt is failed, then it is an offense. And once it is completed or accomplished, it is no longer an offense. In this case, the tax fraud, the commission of the tax fraud is an offense, as well as any attempt which may culminate into a crime or may not culminate into a crime. But even an attempt to commit a tax fraud is a crime. I believe this needs to be revisited, because if every attempt to commit the tax fraud is made a cognizable offense, then obviously it will create enormous issues for all the filers. And I believe the Law Minister and this Honorable House will examine this aspect of the matter. Thank you so much. Thank you indeed.
Thank you.